at Walmart. What's going on at Walmart? 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 What's going on at Walmart?
Okay. Every video that I do, I use, I use what's going on in America today. Other countries are not going through this. Other countries, they have criminals. That's, when people have to beg for bread, when people don't have any money, okay, it's almost difficult not to be a criminal when you don't have money, when you can't be loved, when you're all alone and you're on the street. It's almost difficult not to be a thug, not to be a criminal. I mean, I don't know what I would do if I was locked out of my apartment. I got no friends here in Pittsburgh, okay? But there's a lot of people, and I've learned this from my job, there's a lot of people who live on the street that ain't homeless. There's a lot of people that don't want to be at home for whatever reason. Maybe home is a lonely place. I live by myself, and I'm okay with it, okay? But home is a lonely place for some people. People don't know how to use their nickels and dimes to fix their place up and make it look like something presentable. And then what kills me is when the government assists you with your living and that everything is paid for, and you have your air conditioning, you have your heating that don't cost you anything. You got lights on, okay, and it don't cost you anything, okay? You know what I mean? But yet you feel like because other people got it better than you, that you need to act a certain way and be a certain way and be a thug. Okay, not because you really need to be a thug to survive, but because other people got it better than you, and that bothers you. That upsets you. I know this from being mugged. I know this from the way, these thugs, approach me or handle me when I do security. When I tell them what the policies are, they, instead of looking at the policies, they don't care about the policies. I dealt with a guy just an hour or two ago. His answer to me was, I don't care. I said, I don't care either. And he really got boiling hot and mad to the point where I had to actually call police backup. And I dare not go outside, because if I go outside, we're going to fight. Okay? So I let the police, once he was out of the building, I let the police get him off the property. The thing is, he didn't care that this is a private place of business. You're not a guest, sir. You can't just waltz up in here off the street. Now I'm going to say this, and I don't tell people this at work, but I could have handled the situation better, because I'm not told to tell this man he can't come in the door, but yet at the same time, we all understand we don't want him in there, because He's not good for our guests. He's not good for our company. He's not good for the people that are paying money to be here. He's not good for business. So, but we're not told to keep him out either. We're told to pretend that he snuck in when we saw him go in. We're to pretend that he came in there and let him find his way out without causing any trouble and all like that. But I caught him trying to do something in one of our restrooms, okay, that I don't want no guests seeing him do in there, if you know what I mean. And I asked him, and he said, "What's the problem?" I says, "You're trespassing, sir. This is private. You can't come in here and just do what you want." Okay? And he got smart with me, and I told him I don't care either. He gonna tell me about me, a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, dude, I work here. Okay, it's my job to make sure that these restrooms are clear. But now that we have social media, we have OnlyFans, we have no longer just porn, we have TikTok, we have Facebook now has a third party where you're invited to have sex with local girls in your community. Local girls have access to your Facebook account. They can send you pictures in that. All they need to do is upload a Facebook account and roam Facebook. And they find a guy. I guess I look like I need some coochie so bad. I guess I look desperate. That they always want to come to me. I got a dozen girls. I posted this on Facebook the other day. I got a dozen girls sending me their half-naked pics. And then when you click on it to see what this girl's up to, oh, just like I thought, she's butt naked, showing everything. And she doesn't work for the porn industry. And what bothers me is that you got all these guys, and a lot of them have girlfriends. Some of them have wives at home. And they watch this filth. And this one girl sent me a friend request. Her friend request was kind of modest. But when I accepted her friend request, she sent me a link. Let me tell you something. Somebody send you a link to their Facebook account, it's not a link to their Facebook account. Because Facebook doesn't allow porn on their Facebook, okay? It allows you to be invited to look at porn as a third party of Facebook. But Facebook in general, you have to go to another site where Facebook is being paid to invite you to look at this garbage. This girl put me in a lineup of guys on Messenger. I hit the link, it took me to my Messenger account where she set up a SMS of a bunch of guys. It had to be over 20 of us on there. And I had to delete every guy in the chain before I could get to her. You can't make this stuff up. I had to delete every guy in the chain before I could get to her. There's also guys sending me friend requests that are gay. Okay? You say, who's this guy and why is his hair red or whatever? His hair wasn't red when he sent me the friend request. Okay? So you go to his channel, you go to his Facebook page, and you click on it, and he's running around in his briefs, dancing like a faggot. Facebook is allowing this filth. Now YouTube also allowing filth, third-party filth, okay? And then we got this cracker. Let me tell you something. Me and a guy that I work with today was talking about how everybody is lacking or afraid to tell people what they cannot do. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the police that are afraid. Now hold up. I hate to say this, but hold up. If you're going to if you're going to shoot a black man, okay, even if he might have had a gun, but he didn't point it at you. Even if he didn't comply when you pulled him over, he did not comply. He didn't respect your authority and comply with what you were saying. You told him, get down on the ground, put your hands behind your back, whatever, get out of the car. He didn't comply. Okay? Don't sit there and find a way to shoot a cracker like that. But you want to tell me that this guy that's coming into my place of business is crazy. I might want to stay away from him. But you also tell me you know who he is. If you know who he is, what is he doing on the street? You know how violent he is. What's he doing on the street then? So we got people at Walmart that ain't going to address this man or any other man and say, hey, you can't do that here. Off the property. We got security that are told not to touch them because we don't want a lawsuit. Okay? Then we got the cops ain't allowed to make arrests. Oh my God. What happened? Now, this guy might be a performer. This guy right here.
What's going on at Walmart? What's going on at Walmart? What's going on at Walmart? What's going on at Walmart?
Then again, I don't think so. I don't think he's a performer. He's performing, but he's not a performer. I think he's a homeless gentleman that made his way up there. I think the flowers in his hand, he stole them. And this is his little dance is him daring you to make him put them flowers back. That's what I think is going on. But I also believe, according to that wig, it seems like he might be trying to be transgender. And that's another thing. You got like people that are really paying big money to be transgender. And then you got these homeless people who are putting on, girls' clothing or putting on tight clothing or missing clothing or however you want to put it. And they're trying to be somebody that they don't have the money to afford the surgery to be. You have trans women who, by surgical definition, are definitely trans. They're not women, but they're definitely trans women, okay? And then you got people like this freak who might be gay, or maybe he just got some other issues, and he's willing to, degrade himself because he'll never be trans. He might act girly, or he might wear, skimpy clothing or act silly in some way or whatever, but he'll never be a trans woman because he can't afford it. He can't afford the medication. He can't afford the surgery. He's homeless. The people that are trans ain't going to hang out with this dude. you know. But I think they're speeding up the camera and clowning him by speeding the camera up. But I think that he's trying to intimidate people. And obviously, none of the stuff that I watch happens in Pennsylvania. And this is why I will probably never leave Pennsylvania until I am like, I don't know, I'd have to be really rich in order to leave Pennsylvania. If I'm really, really rich, I might think about it. But I was telling, a friend of mine today who wants to move to Switzerland. And he showed me why he wants to move to Switzerland. And I says, well, we got landscapes like that in Pennsylvania. You ain't got to move all the way to Switzerland to see that. I says, have you ever been to the parts of Pennsylvania where you cannot pronounce the Native American names? No. There's cities here in Pennsylvania that are named after Native Americans. They're named after reservations and these and there's landscapes and hillsides and mountains and canyons and you know what I'm saying. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I mean, this brother was in the military, and I'm like, he went to Germany, and he thinks that, I says, how many towns and countrysides have you been to in Pennsylvania? They don't call this the Keystone State because of the ghettos, bro. There's a lot of beautiful land here in Pennsylvania, landscapes and mountains and that, where they will not allow you to put property, on these places because these places are for the beauty of the Keystone State. They want our tourists to come and see these attractions. You cannot put a house on these places, okay? But you grow up in the ghetto and you ain't been nowhere else. You're going to think that Pennsylvania is beautiful. You just need to get around. You need to get away from Pittsburgh and you need to get away from Philadelphia and get away from Reading. Okay? You'll find out that Pennsylvania is a very beautiful place. But I love my state. I do. Because I've been to some places in Pennsylvania that have blown my mind. I know that there's more to life than Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Okay? But, in closing, if you're going to go into Walmart and be a performer, you need to get permission. And they have TikTok and YouTube shorts where men are walking into people's homes as part of their video reviews. Just randomly walking into people's homes. And white people are too democratic to shoot their behind. Somebody walk into your house, you need to leave a message. If you don't shoot the fool, you need to leave a message, a very painful message with this fool so that it goes viral. And so he doesn't do it to other neighbors. Somebody just randomly walk up into your house. But these people were like, excuse me, what can I do for you? Is this a house or a hotel? This is your home. You don't ask somebody, what can I do for you? What if he wants... I want your wife. Tell your wife to put some lingerie on for me. We're going upstairs. You cool with that? What do you mean? What do I want? What can you do for me? Are you stupid? What he should have said was, when he said, what can I do for you? He should have said, I want you to shoot me right here. Right here. I want to die. I'm tired of living. And then I want you to call the police. And I want you to get it all on videotape, so that others that are making this video footage will understand, don't do the stupid thing that I'm doing. But this dummy's just as stupid. Oh, hey, guys, what can I do for you? As soon as I seen him, I would have ran to the gun drawer, got out my Glock, and I would have said, this is what you can do for me. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, sweetheart, call the police. Clean up in the hallway. Clean up on aisle 5. What do you mean, what can you do? What can I do for you? Are you stupid? Are you a crackpot? Probably so. Everybody's afraid to stand up. I've been by people who was acting a fool, and I walked by and said, hey, bro, what you doing? I walked up to a bunch of kids in my old hometown before I moved here to Pittsburgh. They was trying to rob this old man in a wheelchair. And I stood next to the old man, and I said, leave this old man alone. I says, I'm calling the police, and I did. And they would not leave. I was outnumbered. Me and him was outnumbered about 6 kids. And me, my small self, half of them was my size, okay? But I said, y'all get out of here. Leave this old man alone. He didn't do nothing to you. They was trying to take his bag, and they took his change. He had a bunch of change in his bag. It was all over the parking lot. And they was picking it up and putting it in their pocket. And the police got there, they ran. You know, I was able to snatch the bag off one of the kids. But other than that, all his change was gone. And some $1 bills. They ran off. I got his bag back though, which was basically empty, except for a chip ham sandwich that he had in the bag. But other than that, it was empty. But look, if you don't believe in Jesus, what do you believe in? Do you believe in anything that could save this man right here? This man needs a deliverance. This man is full of demons. He needs to be delivered. He needs to be set free. You don't look at somebody like this and say, oh, well, you know, some people are like that. You can't go into a restaurant anymore without looking behind you to see what's coming in the other side door. You can't use the restroom, women. You can't use the restroom anymore. Because a cross-dresser will just walk right through 1,000 people and walk right in there. And pull out his majanga right in front of you. And he know, if he is trying to be a woman, and he knows that y'all ain't got a majanga, wouldn't it be better to use the stall or wait till somebody comes out of the stall and use the stall instead of like exposing yourself to a bunch of women? It's like I'm too busy protecting myself at home. I can't go to the restaurant. Now I do, but you never know who's gonna walk in. This is another reason why I live in this part of Pittsburgh that I live in. Okay? And people, like cops don't help anymore. And people that run restaurants and hotels, and you got people being managers for nothing. Nothing. When you tell them that there's been an assault, there's been a robbery, person got away with stealing stuff, it's going to cost these vendors a couple thousand, or or property was damaged, it's going to cost you some thousands. And all you say is, oh, that's sad. Oh, that's sad. I'm really sorry about that. Help us in the name of Jesus. I mean, this guy is loaded with demons. And I don't know what he's looking for and what he's trying to impress. He obviously wants attention for something that he can't be and something that he can't have. He wants attention for it.
What's going on at Walmart? What's going on at Walmart?
Nobody asked you to come in here and be a performer. Now, if you were a performer, somebody would probably give you the money to go and do an outside dance routine or whatever and show you how to stage your performance. But
What's going on at Walmart?
I don't know, the way people are ignoring him like he's not a problem. Maybe some just feel like, maybe he is performing. And I don't know. Now there's a sign there that says, Jonas Help Kids. I hope he ain't performing for the Jonas and Josie Help Kids Us Feed Better. I doubt if that has anything to do with him. I think he grabbed some flowers and cussed everybody out about it, and now he wants to run, because at the end here he runs out of the building.
What's going on at Walmart? What's going on at Walmart? What's going on at...
I think he's just being silly, but the way they got it sped up, this guy looked like he's having a walking seizure or something. What happened to us? Like, why are we so crazy today? I mean, if you don't think it's a sign of the times, if you don't think it's a sign of the end, you are an idiot. This is all a sign of the end, a sign of the end times. It was a sign of the end times back in the 80s when I was a kid. But it's even more so today. They weren't doing this crap. You went in there to Walmart. Well, back then we didn't have a Walmart. Back when I was a kid, the biggest thing we had close to Walmart was Hills. And Hills didn't do cold food. I think Ames, last time I was in Ames, they started putting coolers in there Ames is over. Ames was another big superstore. And Kmart, they had some Kmart superstores. Matter of fact, we got one in my old home part of town. They finally got rid of all the Kmarts. There's no more Kmart. Not out here in Pennsylvania, anyway. They just finally got rid of all of them. You have to go to some. There may be some little small little, hut like Kmarts in some of these little hillbilly sundown towns here in Pennsylvania, but in all the major towns and areas and suburbs, there's no Ames, no Hills, no Kmart. Okay. Kmart was my spot, and so was Hills. I did a lot of shopping at Hills, a lot of shopping at Kmart. And they didn't sell food in these places. They only sold clothing and, accessories. But they were big superstores nonetheless. And you walk in there acting like this. The cops got there so fast and threw you down on your head. Okay? They left an example for anybody that looked at you and thought you was cute. And it's the same way with my childhood when me and my cousin got caught hanging out downtown Pittsburgh back in the 80s. Drinking beer out in front of Gimmel's parking garage, sitting on the wall, minding our own business. Underage, minding our own business. Mind you, when we should be at home, our parents are worried about us. We sitting down there at Gimmel's parking garage, sitting on the wall, and I'm sitting there watching my cousin gobble down a beer, talking about how proud he is. And the cops show up. Okay? And they said, shouldn't you be on a bus? And my cousin was like, shouldn't you be leaving us alone? We ain't doing nothing wrong. He says, well, it's past curfew. And my cousin got real smart, and the dog could sense his animosity, and the dog started growling at my cousin. And the cop was like, are you old enough to drink beer? And he says, I'm old enough to jump off this wall and whoop your white behind, And my cousin, he wasn't anything tough. Every time we and him got into a fight with somebody, he ran in the house. He never had my back. I punched the dude in the nose that attacked him. But when people attacked me, he was in the house like, what happened to you, dog? I said, got in a fight. Oh, I guess you could have called me or something, man. You didn't let nobody know. Dude, you ran. I saw you run. I saw you run the corner. What you mean? You gonna come back in here and act like it ain't happening? I could be dead. He was such a coward, But he really hated cops. And that German Shepherd was about to climb up in his lap and eat his abdomen out. He got mad and threw the beer at the dog. And the dog was like, it's got a little bit of taste to it. Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then the dog was calm. I guess I don't know if he liked to taste the beer or if but the dog was that's got a little bit of what is that, raspberry tea? That's pretty good. Anyway, and I'm not making this up. I'm dead serious. Because I was afraid to get off that wall until that dog stopped barking. So when he seen me getting off the wall, actually, he didn't throw the beer at the dog. I smacked it out of his hand, and it hit the dog. And I was the first one to climb off the wall. And when I went to climb off the wall, they cautioned the dog to sit. And then I got down, and they put me on the wall, made me put my hands behind my back. And he finally got down. He said a whole bunch of racist crap to the cops and called them all a bunch of racists and all kinds of crap. You know how us black folks are. And they ignored him, thank God. And Supervisor shows up because we're minors. We were minors. We were kids. So supervisor shows up, and they put us on a bus and sent us home. They was going to take us down, but the supervisor had mercy on us. Another one of them issues in Black history where white folks had mercy. They could have took us in and made our parents come get us, but they put us on a bus. We didn't even have to pay bus fare. They put us on the bus, told the bus driver, they're going to Homewood. You going to Homewood? Make sure they get off up there somewhere. We don't want them back downtown. You know. And that was very embarrassing for us, but we knew better than to even come downtown if we don't have any money. We're not shopping. We're not commuting from one place to another. Why are we down there? We're about to get our butts arrested. Not to mention chewed up by the dog, you know. But today, these cops, you can blow marijuana in their face. And they'll beg you to calm down. They'll beg you to stop, you know, because these Democratic politicians that are taking over the police and that, how dare you let somebody that's a Black Lives Matter supporter run your police department? She's going to turn that police department upside down. Now, they tried to do this in one of these cities in Pennsylvania that's a sundown city. And it was all in the news. Everybody quit. Everybody walked out. She wanted to come in here and you know, level down. She was sending cops home and changing the policies about what they could do and giving them different rights and stuff. They all got together and just took their weapons off and put their badges in the bucket and walked out. She had to hire them all back. Okay? They told her, look, you're gonna run the police department, run the police department. Don't beat us over the head with your politics. Okay? You want cops, we're cops. But we're not here to assist your personal feelings, your personal political feelings. Okay? But anyway, when's this going to stop? When's this going to end? Is it going to get worse? Maybe it's going to get worse. I don't know. All I know is we've got to do better than this. And if we can't get back to making America great again. Everybody thinks that when Donald Trump says make America great again, he's talking about Jim Crow. I don't really think he's talking about Jim Crow. But if he has a policy for black people that will keep black people from doing this crap right here, that will keep black people from doing that nonsense that this fool almost got arrested for this morning, trying to get rough with me. I said, man, I'm doing my job. He said, I don't care. I said, I don't care either. He said, you better watch your back. I said, you shouldn't. I said, I advise you not to come in here no more. Next time I see you, I'm calling the police. And he goes outside and he waits out there and starts attacking the valet man, starts threatening the valet man. I called the police. I said, I don't want him back on this property. But everybody's worried about offending. Everybody's worried about invading your space. Where's my space? Where's my space? Where's my space? Then we laugh at stuff. There's people that are being treated like they're funny when they're not funny. They're being treated like they're cute when they ain't cute. This is why I'm a Christian. And I'm not only a Christian because of this knucklehead right here, But I'm a Christian because I don't want to be like that knucklehead. I'm a Christian because no matter what happens to me, I want to know that the Lord is with me and He can walk me through so I don't end up like this. Or the people that are leaving the floodgates open for this to happen. They're holding back our police and their rights. Too much is going on that needs to end very, very quickly. But I am DeWard Cruz. I am your life applications officer. Thank you for watching. And we'll do this again with more in a day or so. God bless you.